We are live.
All right.
Hey everyone.
Hey, can they see both of us, James?
They can. Now it's just you. All you for now.
It's all me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Do we have a bunch? I need to keep multiple screens open. Here we go.
We got a few people.
We got some folks. Okay. Oh, great. I'm seeing some friends. My mom just joined the room. This is great. I hope everyone's doing all right out there. I hope everyone's feeling
Can they see both
good
of
as
us,
they
James?
can. Whoa, hold on.
Whoa,
It's
whoa, whoa! Double the sound.
double the sound.
Not
There we go.
always
Okay.
good.
Not always good. Okay, good. So took care of that. Good. I just want to be able to see the comments. All right, everybody. Hey, sorry, I'm out of it, but I am really happy to be with you all this morning to listen to this music with one another. Yeah. I guess Joni Mitchell wrote during a time with a lot of unrest and a lot of struggle and stuff, and I guess I think it's nice, at least for me, to be here and listen to this music and experience it with you and see my friends making amazing music during this time. So thank all of you for coming in and for sharing. Go ahead and share the show out there and just let people know. I don't know, maybe you know someone that's particularly into her music or something like that and might enjoy it on this lovely Sunday. Is it a lovely Sunday down in San Francisco, James?
It's a very San Francisco Sunday. It's
Yeah.
it's very gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind of having that up here in Santa Rosa as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. A few days ago,
That kind of day.
it was beautiful. I feel like this is a good, at least for the song I'm going to sing. It's good mood. It's kind of introspective, indoor, thoughtful kind of day. A good day.
You're giving yourself away, James.
I
You're
am.
giving yourself away.
My whole personality, my whole life.
No, you're an open book on UnderCovered Social Distance Live, James.
Yes, I am.
No, I meant that you spoiled the surprise that you in fact are a performer for the show. It's very exciting for me and the folks at home, who are going to be all of you who are watching. We're going to all be at home, I hope. Are in for a treat. Okay.
Yeah, don't drive and watch this stream at the same time.
Nah,
Not a good thing.
not good. It'll distract you too much. The performances are too amazing, and you'll just careen off into the wild blue yonder. Okay. All right. How we do? Should we go to town? 25 people, 27 people. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's great.
So-
More people than I get at Crux shows a lot of the time.
Well, it is the whole internet.
Don't say anything. Your sigh there, your deep breath was enough. That's good.
All right.
I appreciate it. Oh, Roxanne's here. Okay, cool. All right, folks, let's do it. Shall we start?
Yeah. Let's start.
We have started.
Yeah,
This
we've
is
started. This is
This is the show.
This is it.
This is it. Okay, cool. All right, so Joni Mitchell, someone whom I have always had a deep appreciation for. My my mom always has loved her music, and I think it was probably with a lot of people is by Clouds, the album that really got me particularly feeling like I knew her, and then of course she's just so singular. You can't lump her in with anyone really, and so when we were trying to, so this UnderCovered thing, we're trying to put a spotlight on acts that might not get covered as much, might not get as much attention as we'd like them to, or whether it's even like mainstream success even, or something, or mainstream I need more coffee. Mainstream success as well. Anyway, you'll see. We're going to list off later on some other ones of these that we're doing. We've done Velvet Underground, and we did Bob Dylan's Christian and '80s material as well, which was really fun. Oh, sorry.
You flipped it around. That's cool though.
Yeah, that was. I just wanted to show you my lovely floors.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was kind of the idea, and I just was thinking of Joni Mitchell and how she's kind of this island to herself sometimes, it seems, musically. And I think for good reason in a lot of ways. There's no one really like her. But whenever you go to something and you see someone do a Joni Mitchell cover, you're just like, oh my goodness! I at least for me, it's like I never get to see this, like, and actually be there while these songs are being done. Maybe it's just where I hang out. I don't know, but I definitely felt like this would be a really good addition to the UnderCovered series. Basically, we get a lot of people together. They cover an artist, and it's just a great way for the artists to get together and hang out and do that music making thing, and just to get together and have a nice day. It's pretty chill. Times very stressful, and it's just nice to get together and share some songs. So let's, without further ado, move on. Joni Mitchell, the singer, the guitar alternate tuninger. She's the painter. She's amazing. She's a Canadian, and I'm really excited to get into her a little bit more. I'll talk more later. I've already just talked a whole lot. I've talked a lot. Let's start out with some music. Hey James, you
Yes.
taking the helm for a second there? Wake up.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to do a song, but I don't want to shock people too much with it. So because it's, as you were saying, Joni Mitchell has she has these alternate tunings with the guitar, and she has really integrated the way that she sings with the guitar. And I don't play guitar or much of anything. I used to play French horn. So it's a bit different when you do it a cappella. So I'm going to do that kind of right out the gate, and then kind of get back to our normal programming, as it were. So just stick with me for one song and you'll be all good. If you do want to see a video version of my song, I will rebroadcast it. I'll do a rebroadcast at 7, like we've been doing. And I'll show that there. But I'm going to do this now. Like Josh was saying, Joni Mitchell's a Canadian, and I think this song, even though it was released much later, she wrote it early in her career, and it reflects her Canadian growing up. And so I think it's kind of a good starting point. Also, a big part of Social Distance Live is trying to keep live performance going in this time, and as we move into a more internet focused world, trying to find a way to valorize the idea of something being live. So one of the things that we're doing in UnderCovered is we're asking people to record live as opposed to record many different tracks and then overlay them. So we're trying to keep elements of the live going, and so that's one reason that I want to attempt it live. Sorry if it doesn't work out. And then, as I said, we'll get back to normal. Also, Josh said that Joni is a painter, and if you look at the poster for today's show, a lot of those images that I collaged together are Joni's self-portraits. So I think it's just really neat, and it's neat that she did that as kind of a thing for her album covers. Okay, this song is called Urge for Going. All right. I also turned it into from a man's perspective as well. I awoke today and found a frost perched on the town. It hovered in a frozen sky, then gobbled summer down. When the sun turns traitor cold, and all the trees are shivering in a naked row, I get the urge for going, but I never seem to go. I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown. Summertime is falling down, and winter is closing in. I had me a girl in summertime. She had summer-colored skin, and not another boy in town my darling's heart could win. But when the leaves fell on the ground and bully winds came round and pushed them face down in the snow, she got the urge for going, and I had to let her go. She got the urge for going when the meadow grass was turning brown. Summertime was falling down, and winter was closing in. Now the warriors of winter, they give a cold, triumphant shout. All that stays is dying now, all that lives is getting out. See the geese in chevron flight, flapping and racing on before the snow. They got the urge for going, and they have wings, so they can go. They get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown. Summertime is falling down, and winter is closing in. I'll ply the fire with kindling now, pull the blankets up to my chin, lock the vagrant winter out, and bolt my wandering in. I wish I could call back summertime just for a month or so, but she got the urge for going, and I guess she had to go. She gets the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown, and all her empire is falling down, and winter is closing in. And I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown, and summertime is falling down. That was Urge for Going by Joni Mitchell. And now we are going to go back to Josh. Hey Josh, you're back.
Thanks a lot, James. I'm really glad you did that live too.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was great. That tune there, that one's a fun one. It was recorded during the Blue sessions for the famous Blue album, which we'll get to in a little bit, 1971, and wasn't put on the album, the famous album. It became a B-side for Turn Me On the Radio, which came out the year after For the Roses, and then it hit out until it got released on an album called Hits. I just want to say this because it's really funny. An album called Hits in 96, called Hits. That was like a greatest hits kind of thing. But of course, Joni Mitchell, being the artist that she is, she was like, "Yeah, I'm not just going to have the greatest hits." She came out with another album at the same time called Misses. And so she had hits and misses, and the misses were ones that she wanted to put on. She considered her greatest hits, even if they aren't very as commercially successful. So go Joni. All right, Joni Mitchell from Saskatchewan, Canada. She got struck by polio when she was young. It was the same outbreak, from what I hear, that Neil Young also got. So there's a folksy Canadian polio connection for you. It actually made her left hand weak, which is one of the reasons why I hear that she may have done the alternate tunings that she's become famous for. She was really into jazz music back then. She's alive. Back then she was really into jazz music, and the music of Buffy St. Marie, who I urge everyone out there to check out. She's an Indigenous performer from Canada, and she she's just astounding. You need to. I just was sharing Buffy Sainte Marie with a friend of mine, and just remembering her music again. And so she's very inspirational to Joni Mitchell in the early days. So let's go for a song from the earlier days of Joni Mitchell. This is going to be Cactus Tree from, I think it's the final song on the album, from Song to a Seagull, her first album, 1968. And anyway, let's just go for it. This is Josiah Johnson singing Cactus Tree. Take it away.
There's a man who's been out sailing in a decade full of dreams, and he takes her to a schooner and he treats her like a queen, bearing beads from California with their amber stones in green. He has called her from the harbor, he has kissed her with his freedom, he has heard her off to starboard in the breaking and the breathing of the water weeds, while she was somewhere being free. There's a man who's climbed a mountain and he's calling out her name, and he hopes her heart can hear 3,000 miles he calls again. He can think her there beside him, he can miss her just the same. He has missed her in the forest while he showed her all the flowers, and the branches sang the chorus as he climbed the scaly towers of a forest tree, while she was somewhere being free. And there's a man who sent a letter and he's waiting for a reply. He has asked her of his travels since the day they said goodbye. He writes, wish you were beside me, we can make it if we try. He has seen her at the office with her name on all his papers. Through the sharing of the profits, he will find it hard to shake her from his memory. And she's somewhere off being free. There's a lady in the city and she thinks she loves them all. There's the one who's thinking of her, there's the one who sometimes calls, there's the one who writes her letters with his facts and figures scrawled. She has brought them to her senses, they have laughed inside her laughter. Now she rallies her defenses, for she fears that one will ask her for eternity. And she's so busy being free. There's a man who sends her medals, he is bleeding from the war. There's a jouster and a jester and a man who owns a store. There's a drummer and a dreamer, and you know there may be more. She will love them when she sees them. They will love her if they follow, and she only means to please them. And her heart is full and hollow, like a cactus tree. While she's so busy being free.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right. Wrapping it up. Good, good. All right. Well, thank you so much, Josiah, for that. Cactus Tree is such a beautiful, beautiful song, and such a great way for her to do that debut album. For those of you just tuning in, we're doing the songs of Joni Mitchell right here. Feel free to comment. Yeah, say something out there. I'm looking at it right now. So Roxanne says that was lovely with a purple heart. It's very nice. Thank you, Roxanne. It's great to see you out there again. Now, I told myself, okay, we'll try and do this chronologically. James and I were talking about that, but we just couldn't go 3 songs without doing something from Blue. Blue is just such a incredible album amongst incredible albums. So we're gonna do one of them right here. 3 artists have done songs from the album, and let's bring one in right now. So I, as some of you know, I do shows at the Lost Church in Santa Rosa. We haven't been able to do shows lately, but we we were doing shows from January up until the COVID kind of thing kept us from being able to get people to assemble. But I was able to catch a performance there, hosting a performance there with Zoe Winter playing, and I'm really excited to show you her rendition of A Case of You off of Blue. She's such an amazing performer. I urge you, for all the performers, really, check them out, see what they're up to. Everyone's still working, they're still writing, they're still singing. So use this as a great opportunity to find new artists and follow them and stuff. So if you don't know Zoe, check her out right now. And Zoe, thank you so much I love this song. This is A Case of You. Joni Mitchell plays it on a dulcimer on Blue. And here's Joni Mitchell. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just before love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar, on the back of a cartoon coaster, TV screen light. I drew a map of Canada. Oh, Canada. With your face sketched on it twice. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You're so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet, or I would still be on my feet. ain't afraid. And I remember that time you told me, you said love is touching souls. Surely you'll touch mine, 'cause part of you pours out of me in these lines from time to time. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling. Still I'd be on my feet. Still be on my feet. I met a woman, she had a mouth like yours. She knew your lies, she knew your devils and your deeds. And she said, go to him, stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, you are in my blood, you're like holy wine. You taste so bitter, bitter and so sweet. Oh, I can drink a case of you. Ooh, darling, still I'd be on my feet. Oh, I'd still be on my feet.
Thank you so much, Zoe, for sending that over. It's really great to see you performing. Wow, everybody, we're doing great. We've got like 43 people as of me looking at the computer right now. So feel free to share this. I bet some folks might like this sort of thing on Sunday morning. I'm out of coffee, so let's up this. Let's bring in a duo, shall we? All right. Song to a Seagull will happen. Then we get the album that introduced me to Joni Mitchell's music, Clouds. And there's a definitive track on that album. It's filled with so many good ones. Chelsea Morning, et cetera, a lot of great stuff on that album. But this one here is often covered, but I've actually never really seen it at a show covered by any of my friends. So this is very exciting for me. It's Both Sides Now, right, James? That's what we have.
That's right.
I'm not totally crazy, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we have Both Sides Now. This is one of the definitive songs. A fun thing about Clouds is Joni Mitchell is the producer on the album. Only one track, I think, someone else was the producer. So that's her second album, and she just is like, nah, I know how I want to do this, and I'm constantly amazed at her ability to do that sort of stuff. So here is a song. It's Both Sides Now. It is being performed by Late for the Train, Dave and Laura. I cannot wait to see you perform in about a second or two. Here we go. Late for the Train playing Both Sides Now. Roll tape.
Rolls and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheel, the dizzy dancing away you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let 'em know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose. Still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose. Still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
Thank you, Dave and Laura. Late for the Train, performing Both Sides Now. And you ever have it? It happens with me sometimes when you know a band or something like that, and you just say their name so much that it just kind of becomes like proper noun. You know, this is the name of that band, and that happened with me for Late for the Train. But just now when I was going like, okay, Josh, we're going to talk about Late for the Train. Then it clicked, and I was like, that's a really funny name for a band, Late for the Train. I think that's really good. So anyway, Dave and Laura, I'm such a huge fan. I'm glad you finally made your UnderCovered debut. So you're gonna have to keep coming back now. I know you've worked with Social Distance Live for a little while now, so now you're in. Now you're gonna be covering all sorts of stuff. All right. I was 69. 69. Woodstock happened. Also, she wasn't there, but it happened. All right. After that last one, then Joni Mitchell became a part of the Laurel Canyon scene in LA, songwriters and whatnot down in that area, that Laurel Canyon kind of. There's a sound. There was people writing songs and stuff. It was pretty groovy. There's a lot of fringe, and so I also she started making more in the she was becoming established in the music industry and such. And so maybe that's one of the reasons why she wrote this next song. I feel like I watched an interview with Joni Mitchell that was, you know, I don't know, not too long ago, I guess, and she seems really to have her head on her shoulders about the whole music industry and this chase for fame that we now seem to be just drowning in even more than ever. And so she offers a really cool perspective on that, sort of not being fooled by the hype and that sort of stuff. So this song here is called "For Free." It's on "Ladies of the Canyon," her 1970 album, and it's kind of about it's really interesting. It's about someone who's from the deeper in the music industry, just encountering someone playing a clarinet out there on the street for free. And I think it's really cool because it points to her, being into music as this free thing, and the kind of the dichotomy of music being free versus being a product in an industry that she lives in. And also it brings in the clarinet and the jazz kind of thing that I feel like is just really close to her heart the whole time, even while she was in the middle of this folk kind of pop folk 70s kind of scene. But enough of me talking. Let's check it out. So this is being sung, this is performed by Lee Jones. I'm so happy that she's a part of this show. 5-letter word is her group. She's also you may have seen her with Crow in the Canyon, and I'm so happy, Lee, that you sent us this video. So without further ado, here we go. Lee Jones singing "For Free." Thank you very much, Lee. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in and for just spending some time with us on this Sunday. Here we are. That was beautiful. Let's stay on 1970s Ladies of the Canyon for one more song. This is Rainy Night House. It's being performed by Pengrove, a band from Pengrove. Let me charge that, sorry. Up where I'm at, this is Solid Air, Allegra and Sam. Allegra commented on a post that I made. I was just freaking out about Joni Mitchell, and I was like, oh yeah, we've got to invite Solid Air to be a part of this. So they took a little video for us, and they're gonna show us Rainy Night House. Do we have that lined up there,
Yep,
James?
it's good.
All right, let's go for it. Solid Air, Rainy Night.
A Joni tune. It's called Rainy Night House. It was a rainy night. We took a taxi to your mother's home. She went to Florida and left you with your father's gun alone. Upon a small white bed, I fell into a dream. You sat up all night and you watched me to see who in the world I might be. I'm from the Sunday school. I sing soprano in the upstairs choir. You are a holy man on the FM radio. I sat up all night and I watched thee to see who in the world you might be. You called me beautiful. You called your mother. She was very tame. So you packed your tent and went to live out in the Arizona sand. You are a refugee from a wealthy family. You gave up all the golden factories to see who in the world you might be. Well, you are a refugee from a wealthy family. You gave up all the golden factories to see who in the world you might be.
Solid Air recording. on Tiny House Live. That was the professor, Randy Tieford, was the videographer and magician behind recording that. And it's so good to see Sam and Allegra performing again. Wow, it's been too long. I did some things with them back when I was doing the North Bay Hootenanny, and it's really great to see them. I love it when it's just really powerful vocals and an upright bass like that. It's just so vibey and beautiful. So thank you so much for giving us that. I really appreciate it. And it's nice to kind of see some rain there on a day like this. It made me think of a couple days ago. All right, so let's move on. Out 1970, 1971. So Joni Mitchell went on a little break, a little European break, bumming around, wandering about, and came back with these songs for the album that would become Blue. And so a lot of these songs are about, wandering. I think she went to Crete and some other places in Europe and such. And this next one is just such an amazing song. We're going to do California next, right, James?
Yep, that's right.
California. Yeah. And so, this one's just it's a definitive song. And I'm so happy to have Caitlin Gowdy and Jeremy Lyon performing this. Caitlin is, she's just an amazing singer and an artist and a comic book lover and a friend of mine. She sings with Rainbow Girls. She is a Rainbow Girl. And Jeremy Lyon, you may recognize Jeremy from last week where he rocked us all with a kind of a Caribbean-esque version of Joe Command with the Bob Dylan show. Anyway, I just can't. I could go on forever about these two. Caitlin Gowdy and Jeremy Lyon performing California. Take it away, you two crazy cats.
Sitting in a park in Paris, France, reading the news and it sure looks bad. They won't give peace a chance. That was just a dream some of us had. Still a lot of lands to see, but I wouldn't want to stay here. It's too old and cold and settled in its ways here. Oh, but California, California, I'm coming home. Oh, I'm gonna see the folks I dig. I'll even kiss the sunset peak. California, I'm coming home. Met a redneck on a Grecian Isle who did the goat dance very well. He gave me back my smile, but he took my camera to sell. Oh, the rogue, the red rogue. He cooked good omelets and stews, and I might have stayed on with him there, but my heart cried out for you. California, California, I'm coming home. Oh, make me feel good, rock and roll band. I'm your biggest fan. California, I'm coming home. Oh, it gets so lonely when you're walking and the streets are full of strangers. All the news of home you read just give you the blues. Just give you the blues. So I bought me a ticket, I got a plane to Spain. Went to a party down a red dirt road. There were lots of pretty people there, reading Rolling Stone, reading Vogue. They said, how long can you hang around? I said a week, maybe two, just until my skin turns brown. Then I'm going home to California, California, I'm coming home. Oh, will you take me as I am? strung out on another man. California, I'm coming home. Oh, it gets so lonely when you're walking and the streets are full of strangers. All the news of home you read, more about the war and the bloody changes. Oh, will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? Ooh, 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 ooh. Take me as I am. Will you take me as I
Yeah. Wow. Caitlin, Gowdy, and Jeremy Lyon, thank you so much for giving that song to all of us. I was really feeling it. I was really feeling that one. And I'm not going to lie, if I could do this whole quarantine kind of thing over again from day one, I would have been at their house crashing on their couch so that I had to be a part of their germ pod, because from what I hear, things over there, they're making all sorts of amazing, cool music and stuff, and it just seems like the place to be. So,
Yeah.
Whoa, the hearts and the thumbs ups are just going crazy about
But I just want to say, by the way, I didn't know what to do for their names, so they should tell me if they have like a duo band. They should tell me. It's like the King and Queen
Yeah.
Dream, the Dream Team. So
Yeah, I think you're not quite there, but you're on the road.
right. So
Yeah.
I went with Caitlin and Jeremy this time.
Yeah, Caitlin, Jim, whatever. They're just our neighbors. It's all good. Yeah, but there's something in there. There's some kind of kooky name there, I'm sure. That was so great. I'm having a great time with this, folks. I don't think I would have been able to handle like, something too crazy on a morning like this. Like in terms of just angry, intense music or whatever. It's the feelings I'm having are so complicated right now that I see just how different music can really suit different states of mind, different times that you're in, and this Joni Mitchell stuff is just really making a lot of sense for me right now. I hope it's the same for a lot of you out there. It seems like we got like 40 or so people there. I think people are really hopefully you're enjoying it, or you just left your computer on. Okay. So let's talk. Oh, before we move on, I do want to just say this. So you're watching this. This is Social Distance Live. That's that's James and all him and all the artists that he works with. Basically trying to put on the feelings of these special intimate live shows that we've come to know. Trying to make that survive and thrive in this time. James, do you have anything else to say? Don't read like the whole 40-page manifesto that I know you've written, but like maybe just tell us a little bit about it.
No, well, I don't have much to say. I would just say, like you were saying, it's about keeping this kind of thing alive, about building community while we're in this position, and about fostering ways of doing this online stuff as we go forward, because we'll experience more situations like this perhaps, but just finding a way to make it an artist-centric way to create communities online that make sense. And we're still experimenting. So it's been awesome to work with Josh, and we're going to keep doing this and keep doing other stuff. Please be sure to like the page at Facebook at Social Distance Live. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, you can hit the notification thingy so that you get notifications on Facebook and on YouTube as well. And because, things are, a lot of these undercovered things are going to be going on. And also some other things from Social Distance Live. So keep an eye out. I'm moving right along. Okay. Final song off of Blue, which is constantly put on like top 10 albums of all time lists. You know, it's really, it's a great entry point to a lot of Joni Mitchell's stuff. And so we're happy we can put another tune from that on this show. This one is River, and on the album, she kind of uses the nostalgia of Christmas songs like Jingle Bells and that sort of stuff to really paint this picture, this musical picture. The song is called River. It's off of Blue, 1971, Joni Mitchell. It's being performed by Dawn Angela Sante, who I haven't seen perform for a while. It's been years, so I'm really excited to see you again, Dawn. All right, Dawn Angela Sante, River by Joni Mitchell.
It's going on Christmas, cutting down trees, putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. And I wish I had a river I could skate away up. But it doesn't snow here, you know it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. And I wish I had a river I could skate away up. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Wish I had a river I could skate away up. Made my baby cry. Tried to help me, you know he put me at ease. Loved me so naughty, it made me weak in the knees. And I wish I had a river I could skate away up. So hard to handle, you know I'm selfish and I'm sad. Now I've gone and lost the best baby that I ever had. And I wish I had a river I could skate away up. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Wish I had a river I could skate away up. Made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas, cutting down trees, putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. And I wish I had a river I could skate away up.
River by Joni Mitchell, being sung by Dawn Angela Sante, on this wonderful time that we're having right here. I'm sorry, that song just like makes me it just brings me so inside, you know, this intimacy to, you know, admit these feelings that she has and stuff like that. You know, this longing and these really complex feelings. It just keeps making me think, you know, just like, I don't know, I'll just have one personal moment, then we'll move on. But like, just I don't know. I go on the internet all the time, and there's just all these memes and stuff, and I appreciate the news I'm getting, but sometimes it makes me feel like I forget where I'm at, deep down inside, and I forget about my real, honest, immediate connections. And songs like this, music like this, reminds me it's just you can't lose track of really expressing your heart on an individual level to someone, and listening to that. So that one really just hit home for me in a lot of ways. Thanks a lot for that. That tune has a lot of significance for me. So thank you so much. So Joni Mitchell, 1971, blew out. Whoa, it was crazy. Followed it up 1972 with For the Roses. We don't have a song from For the Roses during this show, but it's worth saying that she had her first, I believe it was her first hit that made it into the top 40 with Turn Me On, I'm a Radio. So that was kind of like, whoa, Joni Mitchell's in the top 40. She took a year off at that point, so there's no album. 1973, came back 1974 with an album called Court and Spark, and Court and Spark brings in, really goes full on for some of the 70s folk pop kind of stuff, and also brings in the jazz stuff that kind of was missing before, but was really, at the heart of a lot of what she was doing. This Court and Spark became her best seller. I think it's the best seller of her whole catalog in terms of albums. I don't know. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyway, I'm really happy. We have Graham Patzner back. He's a great fella, and I'm really excited to have him on board here. So Court and Spark has a song called Down to You, and this is Graham's rendition of it. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. Here's Graham Patzner doing Down to You.
Everything comes and goes, marked by lovers and styles of clothes. Things that she held high, told yourself were true, lost or changing as the days come. Down to you, it's down to you. Constant stranger, you're a kind person, you're a cold person too. It's down to you. Go down to the pickup station, craving warmth and beauty. Settle for less than fascination. Few drinks later, you're not so choosy. The closing lights strip off the shadows of this strange new flesh you found. Clutching the night to you like a fig leaf, you hurry to the blackness in the blankets to lay down an impression of your loneliness. In the morning, there are lovers in the street. They look so high. You brush against a stranger and you both apologize. Oh, friend, and seem indifferent. You must have brought that on. Old bonds are broken down. Love is gone. Oh, love is gone. Written on your spirit is a sad song. Love is gone. Everything comes and goes. Pleasure moves on too early. Trouble leads too slow. Just when you're thinking you finally got it made, bad news comes knocking at your garden gate. Knocking for you. Constant stranger, you're a brute. You're an angel, you can crawl and you can fly too. Down to you. It all comes down to you.
Girl.
All right, that's Graham. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing Down to You. I wasn't really, that one wasn't as much on my radar, and so I've been listening to it quite a bit lately. And how about all that, the glitz and the thing there? That seems like a sweet music cave wherever Graham is at. All right, okay, so let's go to 1975 now. Okay, so you got your top, you got your hugest, biggest album of your career. You're gonna follow that up with some more kind of nice 70s pop stuff, aren't you? No, you're not. You're gonna do whatever you want because you're Joni Mitchell. So next, Joni came out with The Hissing of Summer Lawns, which is this beautiful ragtag kind of experience of songs. It's actually, and I read this, but I didn't really look into it too far, but I read that it is the first commercially released album to include samples. So that was a technology that was available and that sort of thing, but there was samples of some kind of African drumming or something like that in there. So I don't know. She was starting to poke her head around to some different territories, I guess. So let's see. The Hissing of Summer Love. It's actually a huge inspiration on Prince, from what I've heard, which I think you can actually see if you listen to the whole album a bit. After this, she would go on to make some even more out there and in there kind of stuff, like Hijira and Don Juan's Reckless Daughter and that sort of stuff that comes right after this. So it's kind of moving into this new territory, a little bit less of the guitar-y kind of stuff and getting into all this other crazy stuff that she later on really started to embrace. So anyway, dorking out. This song is from The Hissing of Summer Lawns. It is called Edith and the Kingpin. Edith and the Kingpin from The Hissing of Summer Lawns, performed by the one, the only Kendra McKinley. Let's roll it.
Big man arrives, disco dancers greet him, plain clothes cops greet him. He's a small town big man with fresh lipstick glistening, sophomore jive from McDonald's or typewriters. The band sounds like typewriters, and the big man, he's not listening. His eyes hold Edith,
his left hand holds his right. What does that hand desire that he grips it so tight? Edith in the ring, the passed over girls are conferring. The man with the diamond ring is purring. All claws for now withdrawn. One by one they bring his renegade stories to her. They bring his crimes and his glories to her. In challenge they look on. When he has taken, grow old too soon. They tap their tired faces gently to the spoon. Edith in his bed, the plane in the rain is humming. The wires and the walls are humming. Some song, some mysterious song. Bars in her head, beating frantic and snowblind, romantic and snowblind. She says his crime belongs. Edith and the kingpin, each with charm to sway, are staring eye to eye. They dare not look away. You know they dare not look away.
Kendra, thank you so much. It's really good to see you again. This is great. I've been listening to some of your recordings, and it's great to see you playing music in your like marigold magic music chamber. So great to see you. All right. So that takes us to 1975, and the songs that we're doing mostly are pretty much all 68 to 75. That's kind of the period that we're generally that we are doing here. But after that, there was so much other stuff. Before I get into that, though, we have one more performer, so please hold. I just want to remind everyone about that this is Social Distance Live. It's a group that puts on shows, and when I say group, I mean it's mostly James and a bunch of artists. And this particular show will be reposted, re-uploaded, re-streamed without me talking a ton in between them all.
Although we love you.
I think it's a thing that's... Huh?
We love you, but it's an alternate.
I love you all too. I just realized it's more of a novelty thing when you are actually here watching the stream live, but if you're going to share this with someone, then you might just want to have the song. So it's going to be a rebroadcast of it, like around 6 or 7, right, James?
Yeah, we'll do 7. It seems like
7 o'clock.
Faith has said that's the right time, so 7 o'clock.
Great. Well, there you go then. So 7 o'clock. This whole thing will be re-streamed, just the performances. It's a great time to send it to people and give some of your friends some love. So keep an eye out for that. Not only that, but this thing it started out with just a little Velvet Underground thing a few weeks ago, and now it's kind of turned into this thing I've been kind of obsessed with a little bit. We have some great other cover shows coming up. I'll just let you in on some of them right now. Next week we have the Pogues. So someone out there is really excited about that. I can hear them from here, just going like, Pogues!
Pogues!
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, Pogues. We have Pogues. Gillian Welch. Gillian Welch. We have Gillian Welch coming up after that. And then we got some other fun things coming up. We're thinking of a few things. I'll just put them out there, just see if you get excited. We're thinking about doing a Pixies thing and another one, like a spooky like nighttime one. So I'm loving these Sunday brunch things, but let's get spooky. All right, 1991. So since Hissing of Summer Lawns and Night Ride Home, Joni's 1991 release, she did all sorts of stuff. She got into synth and pop and dance, and like really inspired by Talking Heads. And she worked with Charles Mingus on his final album. It was an album called Mingus. That is a Joni Mitchell and Charles Mingus album. It's incredible. She just doesn't stop, still painting like crazy, and she's out there right now. So let's check this out. Allison Harris is going to close us out today, singing "Come Out of the Cold" from Joni Mitchell's 1991 album "Night Ride Home." And we'll just leave it at this. Or do you want to come back afterwards? And
No, we can close it out. We'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Thank you all so much, everybody. James, thanks for making this possible, and thanks to all the artists. We'll see you next week. This is Allison Harris. Come in out of the cold.
Back in 1957, we had to dance a foot apart, and they'd hug us from the sideline. just a coming from the cold, coming from the cold. Please come in, coming from the cold. I am not some stone commission like a statue in a park. I am flesh and blood and vision. I am pounding in the dark. Long the shadows of the jackals are falling on a payphone by the road, and all they ever wanted was just to come in from the cold, coming from the cold, coming from the cold, coming from the cold. Is this just vulgar electricity? Is this the edifying fire? Does your smile cover complicity? The face, has it admired? Are you just checking out your mojo? Ooh, man, just fighting off growing old. But all we ever wanted was just to come in from the cold, coming from the cold, coming from the cold, coming from the cold. I know we never will be perfect, never entirely clear. We get hurt and we just panic, and we strike out of fear. I feel the sentence of the solitude, 200 years or more. All we ever wanted was just to come in from the cold, coming from the cold. Oh, come in, coming from the cold. When I thought life had some meaning, then I thought I had some choice, and I made some value judgments and a self-important voice. Then absurdity came over me, and I longed to lose control. And all I ever wanted was just to come in from the cold, coming from the cold, coming from the cold. Please come in, coming from the cold. Please come in, coming from the cold.